my master's project for the University of Auckland for a degree in film and television, and I kind of knew that the only way I was going to get through it is if I had a story that was close to home. And with young children, you spend a lot of time complaining and talking to other mums about how invisible you are and how much work it is and how you're always tired. So a lot of those things that you saw were things that I'd heard of and had happened to people I'd spoken to, or had happened to me, or my children did give me insolence. And a friend of mine had a washing machine that had a cycle that, a front-loading washing machine, so she couldn't actually stop the cycle, so she had to wait 20 minutes while her key kind of went round and round and round and opened the door. And then the other aspect of the film was is the kind of going back to school aspect, where you're bringing your children in late because you're trying to organise 2 small children to get into school, so you always end up getting there late, or at least I did. And then you get judged by all the teachers and the principal, and why are you late? And there's always a really good excuse that they never seem that interested. Yeah.
Fantastic. Any questions? Shirin? Want me to start it off? Oh, no.
What was the relevance of feeding the wasp to the mouse?
I was going to ask that.
Right.
Yeah, I was waiting for.
Well, in fact, we were worried because in the mouse kept going for the wasps, and we were really worried it was going to get some sort of poisoning. So we had to keep grabbing. We had 3 dead wasps. But we had to keep grabbing them out because we were worried that it might overdose on wasp poison. I think it was more that thing of she's got so much on her mind and she's trying to clean up, and I haven't fed the mouse, and look, there's a wasp on the window, so I'll just kill 2 birds with one stone. But and I mean, you can see in some ways the film doesn't always deliver, and things are set up that doesn't. I think that's the nature of it being.
But that's one of the beauties of it as well, is that it does have this franticness about it, that you're just trying to catch up on one thing when you're seeing something else as well, and you're like, but I haven't actually finished what that is, and that I guess is her mentality as well.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you picked up on that, because that was the intention, that you get that kind of frenetic sense of what's going on and her mind. So I'm glad you got that. You weren't just going, oh my God, what's going on here?
I really thought it had a really good drive and rhythm, and did every moment come from the script, or were you finding things? Or would it be good if this happened, or wouldn't it be good if that happened?
It was pretty much scripted, but then on the day, Helen Benedict was amazing. She'd just come off a yachting crew course, so she'd been schlepping, 30-kilo sacks around a burning deck, or simulated burning deck to get this qualification. So she just spent the whole time barefoot running around on gravel and was really good-spirited about it. And plus, it was filmed with a proper crew. So in order to film through the window of the car, you've got all these sort of things that block out light, and so she had to drive around in the car trying to coach the acting out of the kids. With one of the kid in the back was really young, he was about 3, so his mum was actually lying down in the back of the car going, "Come on, Ziggy, come on!"
How did you make her so likeable? I mean, it must have been when you're writing the script, we don't want people to think she's the worst mum in the world, and there was just, she wasn't perfect, but yet we all wanted her to get there.
Oh, that's interesting, because a lot of people don't particularly. That's what they say to me. They say she's not likeable.
I love her.
And I just think she's really real, though. She's kind of doing her thing. But that's certainly been a criticism of the film, that people say, well, I don't like her. And I think, well, it's not really about liking her. It's about understanding that she's, got lots on her mind, and she's just trying to get to work. And the number of times when you work, I had my baby puke on my shoulder, and then you're trying to either wash it off or turn your jumper inside out as you walk through the door, and so you kind of just, and you don't want to be late. Depending on the kind of job you've got, you can't really be late. So you're doing everything it takes to, not get a day off sick, or have some excuse as to why you're late again.
Yeah. It's like making a film festival. All the madness is hidden. People only see
that's right. You just smile.
People see the end result.
Forgive my ignorance, but the lead actor, she's an actress. She's professional.
Well, she'd done a few plays at that point, and off the strength of this, she then went to East 17 in London and did a year's proper acting training. And apparently East 17 is quite, or East 15? East 15, I think. It's quite a good film school in England, and now she's in Europe looking for film work.
That's great. Any more questions before we move on to the next film? Everyone, thanks, Shirin.
Great, thank you. I have to say, this has been an amazing festival.
Yeah.
And you guys are great.
I did all of it.
Thank you. Yeah, so you guys. But yeah, you did do all the good stuff, which was fun in films. Yeah.
Kind of looking after the problems.
Thank you.